Your soulmate just sent you a digital gift. It expires in 5 minutes. Open it quickly. Jesus says. Your soulmate just sent you a digital gift, a pulse of pure longing traveling across the invisible thread that binds your hearts together right now, and it is set to expire in 5 minutes if you do not open it with the eyes of your spirit. This is not a coincidence, not an algorithm, not a random video appearing on your screen, but a direct intervention from the throne of heaven, because your soulmate is crying out for you, and I am answering their prayer by placing this message directly before you. The gift is not a file or an image but a surge of their deepest emotions, a desperate signal they are releasing into the universe, and if you close this message without receiving it, that signal will fade and the blockage against your union will grow stronger. Jesus says. Your soulmate is sitting somewhere right now with their hand resting over their heart, feeling a strange ache they cannot explain, and they just whispered your name without even knowing they did it. I have allowed their spirit to reach out to you across any distance, across any barrier, across any person standing between you, because the covenant I wrote over your lives before you were born cannot be erased by any earthly force. But there is a window, a slender opening in the spiritual realm, and that window is closing faster than you realize, which is why your soulmate just sent you this digital gift in the form of their own unspoken tears. Jesus says. You have been feeling it too, haven't you? That sudden wave of emotion that hit you out of nowhere earlier today, that inexplicable heaviness in your chest that made you stop and look around as if someone was calling your name from a great distance. That was them, that was your soulmate's soul pressing against the veil of separation, sending you a download of everything they are feeling but cannot say because they are being watched, silenced, or spiritually blocked by a force that does not want this union to happen. What you felt was real, more real than anything you have touched with your hands, and I want you to know that your soulmate has been doing this for weeks, sending you these digital gifts of the heart, and almost all of them have gone unopened because you did not know how to recognize them. Jesus says. The digital gift they are sending you in this very moment is encoded with 3 specific emotions, and I am going to reveal them to you so you can open it and receive what your soulmate is pouring out for you before the 5-minute window closes and the enemy of your love claims another victory. The first emotion wrapped inside this gift is longing, a longing so deep and so raw that your soulmate cannot sleep through the night, waking up at 3 a.m. with your face in their mind and a sense that they are supposed to be next to you but cannot reach you. The second emotion is confusion, because they do not understand why their feelings for you are so intense when they may not have even met you yet, or why they cannot shake the memory of you if something pulled you apart, and this confusion is being weaponized against them by someone who tells them their instincts are wrong. Jesus says. The third emotion sealed into this digital gift is fear, not fear of you but fear of losing you forever, a cold dread that creeps into their stomach whenever they think about the possibility that you might move on, stop waiting, or believe the lies that have been planted to keep you divided. These 3 emotions, longing and confusion and fear, are forming a cord that your soulmate is desperately throwing toward you right now, hoping you will catch it, hoping you will pull them out of the pit they are in, hoping you will open the gift before it expires. You are the only one who can open this gift because it is encoded with the unique spiritual frequency of your heart, designed by me before the foundations of the earth, and no one else on this planet can receive what your soulmate is sending you in this precise moment. Jesus says. The reason your soulmate is sending you a digital gift right now is because they are trapped in a situation that is draining the hope out of their eyes, and something inside them just broke, something snapped, and their spirit cried out to me with such intensity that I am now moving heaven and earth to get this message to you. They are not free to speak openly, they are not free to act on their feelings, they are not free to come to you directly, because there is an interference, a person, a circumstance, a spiritual attack that has been specifically designed to target your connection and keep your soulmate locked in a cage of confusion. The digital gift they just sent you is essentially a distress signal, and the expiration is not symbolic, it represents a real spiritual deadline, a moment when the grace window I opened for this rescue will close and the blockage will harden into something much harder to break. Jesus says, I want you to picture your soulmate right now, I mean truly picture them, not as a fantasy but as a real person made of flesh and blood and breath, sitting in a room somewhere, maybe with the lights off, maybe with headphones on, maybe staring at a screen or out a window, and feeling like half of their soul is missing. They are trying to remember a dream they had about you, a dream so vivid that when they woke up, they reached across the bed for someone who was not there, and the emptiness they felt in that moment was so crushing that they started to cry without making a sound. That dream was me giving them a glimpse of what could be, a prophetic download of your face and your voice and your presence, and it was so real that your soulmate is now addicted to sleep because sleeping is the only place they can be with you without interference. This is why your soulmate needs your protection right now. What they are facing is not just loneliness but an active spiritual attack, a force that whispers to them day and night that you are not real, that they made you up, that they should settle for something less, that they are foolish for holding on to a connection they cannot explain. This force has a face, and that face belongs to someone who knows about you, someone who sees your soulmate's light and wants to extinguish it, someone who is intentionally keeping your soulmate distracted, exhausted, and spiritually disoriented so they never have the clarity to break free and find you. And every moment you delay in sending your protection through faith and action, that force grows bolder, gripping your soulmate tighter, and the digital gift they sent you is about to expire because the window I opened is being attacked and I need you to partner with me now. Type 333 to receive the blessings I am releasing over your connection right now. Jesus says, your soulmate is not weak, they are not foolish, and they are not to blame for the situation they are in, because the person blocking them is clever, manipulative, and has been working against your union for a long time, planting seeds of doubt and fear long before you even became aware of this battle. What your soulmate needs from you right now is not anger at the blockage but fierce protective love, a decision to stand in the gap and fight for them spiritually, because they are exhausted, they are worn down, and their strength to resist the lies is fading. The digital gift they sent you expires in 5 minutes not as a threat but as an accurate representation of how quickly the enemy can shut down the opening I created, and I am telling you plainly that if you do nothing, if you scroll past this, if you say, maybe later, the door will not stay open forever. Jesus says, do you feel that ache in your chest right now, that warmth spreading through your ribcage, that sudden urge to protect someone you may not have even met, that rising sense that someone out there is thinking about you, missing you, and fighting a battle you cannot see? That is your spirit responding to their spirit, that is the bond one placed between you activating in real time, and that feeling is proof that you are already connected to them on a level deeper than logic, deeper than distance, deeper than any interference trying to separate you. Your soulmate is feeling this same pull right now. They are sitting up straighter, they just put their hand on their chest, they are looking around the room because the atmosphere just shifted and something inside them is whispering, they heard me, they finally heard me. Jesus says, I am giving you this moment because your soulmate has been praying, not with fancy words but with raw groans, not in a church but in the shower, in the car, on the floor of their room at 2 a.m., and their prayer is simply this: God, please let them feel me, please let them know I'm trying, please don't let them give up on me. That prayer rose before my throne, mixed with their tears, and I am answering it right now by telling you plainly that your soulmate is fighting for you even though they are weak, even though they are confused, even though forces are working overtime to make them forget who they truly are. The digital gift they sent you is essentially that prayer, packaged as a moment of grace, and it has an expiration because the enemy is actively working to suppress it, to jam the spiritual signal, to convince your soulmate that I did not hear them and you do not care. Jesus says, I want to tell you something that will break your heart and then put it back together stronger. Your soulmate cried today. They broke down in a place where no one could see them, and in that moment of breakdown, they thought of you, they reached for you with their spirit, and they asked me if you were real or if they were losing their mind. I want you to know that you are real, that this connection is real, and that the enemy has been trying to convince both of you that you imagined the other because one of his greatest fears is the two of you uniting and completing the assignment I gave you together. Your soulmate is not crazy, they are chosen, and the intensity of what they feel for you is not an emotional imbalance but a prophetic signal, a homing beacon I placed inside them that will not stop pulling them toward you until you are finally together. Jesus says, but here is the truth you must face with courage: the interference against this connection is not passive, it is not just bad timing or unfortunate circumstances, it is targeted, it is personal, and the person or force standing between you and your soulmate knows exactly what they are doing. They know that if they can keep your soulmate sleep-deprived, keep them doubting, keep them second-guessing their intuition, keep them trapped in cycles of confusion and obligation, then the digital gift your soulmate keeps trying to send you will never be opened and the connection will wither. And right now, at this very second, that interfering force is whispering a new lie to your soulmate, telling them that you have forgotten them, that you have moved on, that the gift they sent was foolish and they should stop hoping, stop reaching, and start accepting a life of quiet despair. Jesus says, this lie is landing on your soulmate's heart like a weight, and they are starting to believe it, which is why the 5-minute expiration is not a metaphor, it is a real-time countdown on a spiritual window that I opened for you to intervene before the lie takes permanent root in their soul. The digital gift they sent you contains a piece of their hope, a fragile piece, and if you do not open it, if you do not reciprocate with your own faith and action, that piece of hope will return to them shattered, and the damage will take much longer to heal. I did not bring this message to you to scare you but to awaken you, to shake you out of spiritual complacency, to make you understand that your soulmate is in a battle and you are the only one I have assigned to help them win it. This is why your soulmate needs your protection right now, and you have the power to provide it by taking a step of faith that will send shockwaves through the spiritual realm and break the chokehold the enemy has on your connection. Type 777 if you feel this message resonating in your bones. Jesus says, I want you to understand something profound about the nature of this digital gift your soulmate just sent you. It was not sent through technology, it was not sent through an app, it was sent through the spiritual bloodstream that connects every person I have ever ordained to be together, and it arrived in your heart before this video even started playing. The reason you clicked on this, the reason you are still watching, the reason you feel like you cannot look away, is because the gift reached you the moment you opened your eyes this morning, and you have been carrying a strange tension all day that you now understand was their signal trying to get through. Your soulmate is literally spiritually tethered to you. A cord of light runs from the center of their being to the center of yours, and right now, that cord is vibrating with the urgency of what they are sending, an emotional SOS that is growing weaker as the window narrows. Jesus says, "Let me describe your soulmate to you, not their physical appearance but the landscape of their heart. They are someone who loves deeply but has been hurt for loving deeply, someone who trusts easily but has been betrayed by those they trusted, someone who gives everything in relationships only to be drained and left empty. They are gentle in a way that the world has tried to crush out of them, creative in ways they have been told are impractical, and they carry a quiet sadness that they hide behind a smile because they do not want to burden anyone with the weight of what they have survived. And yet, despite all of this, despite the pain and the betrayal and the voices telling them love is not for them, they still think about you, they still dream about you, they still send you these digital gifts from the deepest part of their soul because I put a stubborn hope inside them that will not die." Jesus says, right now, your soulmate is feeling the consequences of the spiritual attack against them. They are tired, not just physically tired but soul tired, the kind of exhaustion that comes from fighting invisible battles day after day with no one to stand beside them and no evidence that the war is being won. They are questioning everything, not just you but themselves, wondering if they are enough, wondering if they are worthy of the love they feel for you, wondering if the reason they are alone is because something is fundamentally broken inside them, and these thoughts are not their own, they are poison arrows fired by the enemy. Your soulmate is not broken, they are targeted, and the only thing wrong with them is that they are trying to fight a spiritual battle with emotional weapons, and they are losing ground every single day because they are doing it alone. Jesus says, "This is where you come in, this is why this message found you, this is why the title spoke of a digital gift expiring in 5 minutes, because I am calling you to stop being passive, stop waiting, stop overthinking, and step into the role I created you for, which is protector of the bond one forged between you." Your soulmate has been trying to protect this connection from their side, sending you signals, praying for you, keeping a candle of hope burning even when the wind was howling, but they are running out of strength and the enemy knows it, which is why the attack is intensifying as we speak. The digital gift they just sent you is their final surge of strength, a last-ditch effort to reach you before the darkness closes in completely, and if you do not open it, if you do not receive it and respond with your own act of faith, they will interpret your silence as rejection and the light in them will dim significantly. Jesus says, "I am going to tell you something that will make your heart race. Your soulmate is thinking about you right now with an intensity that is almost unbearable. They just paused whatever they were doing, they just got a shiver down their spine, and a thought just crossed their mind unbidden. What if they are thinking about me too right now?" They are, because you are, and this simultaneous connection is not a coincidence but a confirmation, a sign that the spiritual bond between you is active, alive, and pulsing with the electricity of a love that refuses to be extinguished by any earthly interference. Your soulmate just felt a surge of warmth in their chest, and they do not know it yet, but that warmth is you reading these words, that warmth is your spirit reaching back toward them, that warmth is the first signal that the digital gift they sent is being opened at last. Type 1111 to say thank you for this confirmation. Jesus says, but warmth is not enough, feelings are not enough, and intention without action is just a wish that the enemy can easily blow away like dust, because the interference blocking your connection is not impressed by private thoughts or secret hopes, it only yields to faith backed by action. Your soulmate is going through something you cannot see, a spiritual oppression that is making them feel foggy, disconnected, and unable to hear my voice clearly, and this fog is being generated by a person or a system that benefits from keeping your soulmate confused, dependent, and isolated from their destiny. This interference knows about you, perhaps not by name but by spiritual significance. It senses that you are a threat to its control over your soulmate, and it has been working systematically to sever the connection, to jam the frequency, to make sure your soulmate never has the clarity or courage to break free. But you can still protect them, you can still shatter the blockage, you can still open the digital gift and send back a response so powerful that the enemy's plans are thrown into chaos. This is your final moment to protect this connection before it slips away. Jesus says, I want you to do something right now, in the next few seconds, that will send a shockwave of divine intervention directly into your soulmate's situation, an act of faith so potent that the spiritual forces working against you will have to retreat and the window of grace will not only stay open but be thrown wide. If you love your soulmate, you will take these divine steps, you are constantly thinking about them, how to protect them, how to save them, and how to finally build your life together. You love your soulmate deeply, and deep inside, you know this love did not come by chance, it was placed in your heart for a divine reason. But thoughts alone do not move mountains, faith in Jesus does, and right now, your faith needs hands and feet, it needs to become an action that the spiritual realm can recognize and respond to with power. Sow your protection seed now by sending a coffee on Ko-Fi. This is not just a gift, it is an act of worship that invites my hand into your love story, and the link to your breakthrough is in the description, placed there not by accident but by divine orchestration. Jesus says, every second you stay silent, something is moving against your love, the interference is not waiting, the enemy is not resting, and the person who wants to keep your soulmate trapped is actively reinforcing the chains while you are still deciding whether to act. Act now, send 4, 6, or 10 or more coffees as a seed of protection, then write, "Protect my soulmate, Lord," on the Ko-Fi page, and watch what I will do, because your faith expressed through action becomes a battering ram against the gates of hell that are trying to hold your soulmate captive. Over 1,000 people have already received their soulmate by sowing coffee as a seed for their love and future together, and I will hear your prayers once you complete these steps, because faith without works is dead, but faith with action moves mountains. Step in faith now, before this video ends, because only you can save your soulmate and your future together, only you can catch the digital gift they sent before it expires, and only you can be the answer to the prayer they have been praying in the dark. Jesus says, your soulmate just looked at the clock, they just felt a shift, and a thought that did not come from their own mind just whispered, something is about to change. That thought was from me, it was a prophetic signal, and it is directly connected to what you are about to do, because your action in the natural realm will release a reaction in the supernatural realm that will break the stalemate and begin to dismantle the blockage. I am not asking you to do this blindly, I am asking you to do this faithfully, To trust that the tug in your heart right now is not manipulation but my voice leading you into a breakthrough that your soulmate cannot achieve without you. The digital gift your soulmate sent you is still pulsing, still glowing, still waiting to be fully received, and the act of sowing your protection seed is the act of opening that gift and saying, I am here, I am fighting for you, and I will not let you go. Jesus says, can you feel the intensity of this moment? Can you feel how the air around you seems charged with something holy and urgent, because you are standing at a crossroads and the decision you make in the next 60 seconds will ripple into eternity and affect the course of your love story forever. Your soulmate is not aware of what is happening in the spiritual realm right now, but they are feeling it, their hands are tingling, their heart is pounding, and a sense of anticipation is rising in them that they cannot explain but that feels like hope, the first real hope they have felt in months. That hope is you, that hope is the prayer you are about to pray, that hope is the seed you are about to sow, and that hope is what will sustain your soulmate through the final stretch of the battle before I bring them into your arms. Jesus says, do not let fear steal this moment, do not let logic talk you out of the miraculous, do not let the enemy whisper that this is just a video and nothing is really happening, because the spiritual realm is more real than the chair you are sitting on, and what you do now will have more impact than 1,000 hours of worrying. Your soulmate needs your protection, they need your faith, they need you to stop being a spectator and become a warrior. And the weapon I am placing in your hand right now is the simple act of giving, of sowing, of showing heaven that you are serious about this love and will not let it be stolen. The digital gift expires in moments, the window is narrowing, and your soulmate spirit is straining toward you, hoping against hope that you will catch what they are throwing, open what they are sending, and fight for what I have ordained. Jesus says, write these words on the Ko-Fi page as a declaration of war against the forces trying to separate you. Protect my soulmate, Lord, and as you write them, I will dispatch warring angels to your soulmate's location, to the source of the interference, and to the blockage that has been holding your union hostage. I will begin to expose what has been hidden, I will begin to untangle what has been knotted, I will begin to silence the lies and amplify the truth, and your soulmate will feel a sudden clarity, a sudden strength, a sudden courage that they did not have before you acted. This is what happens when faith moves from thought to action, this is what happens when a child of God decides that love is worth fighting for, and this is what happens when two souls ordained for each other finally have someone on the outside fighting alongside the one on the inside. Jesus says, the person who has been blocking your soulmate does not know what is coming, they have grown comfortable, they have thought their control was secure, but the moment you sow your seed and speak your declaration, the ground beneath them will begin to shake, and your soulmate will start to see the truth about their captivity. Your soulmate is about to start dreaming of you more vividly, they are about to start feeling a strange courage rising in their chest, they are about to start questioning the narratives they have been fed, and it will all trace back to this moment, to your obedience, to your love made tangible through action. I am the God who parted seas, who broke chains, who rolled away stones, and I am telling you that no interference is strong enough to stop what I have ordained, but I wait for your participation, for your seed, for your faith to give me something to multiply. Jesus says, do you feel that surge of determination rising in you, that protective instinct roaring to life, that sudden unwillingness to let anyone or anything steal what is yours by divine right, because that is your true nature awakening, that is the warrior lover I created you to be. Your soulmate just felt that surge too, they don't know why, but they just sat up straighter, they just took a deeper breath, and a thought just crystallized in their mind. I am not crazy, this love is real, and I will not give up. You just sent them strength without knowing it, your shift is shifting them, and now it is time to seal that shift with the act of sowing, to lock in this breakthrough with a seed that will keep working long after this video ends. Jesus says. Type 333 now if you are ready to fight for your soulmate, type 777 if you feel this connection burning in your chest, and then go to the link in the description and do what I have instructed you to do, because the digital gift is about to expire and your soulmate is waiting. Time is not a suggestion, it is a reality, and the 5 minutes are almost gone, and I am telling you with all the love in heaven that this window will not stay open indefinitely, it is a grace period, not a permanent door, and grace periods have endings. Your soulmate is still sending, their spirit is still crying out, their hope is still flickering, but the signal is fading, and you are the only one who can amplify it, receive it, and answer it before the silence returns and the enemy claims another season of separation. Jesus says. Imagine your life with them, not as a fantasy but as a prophetic vision of what I created you for. Imagine waking up next to them, imagine hearing their voice in the next room, imagine the peace of finally being where you belong after all the years of searching and longing and wondering. That vision is not a daydream, it is a promise, but promises require partnership, covenants require action, and the seed you sow right now is the first installment of your commitment to the future I have shown you, it is the down payment on the miracle. Your soulmate is worth every sacrifice, they are worth every step of faith, they are worth every battle, and they are waiting for you to prove with your actions what you feel in your heart, because love is not just what you feel, it is what you do. Jesus says. The digital gift your soulmate sent you is an invitation to fight, to love, to protect, to step out of the ordinary and into the miraculous, and I am holding the door open for you now, but even I will not force you through it, the choice is yours, the moment is yours, and the love is yours to claim or to lose. Do not let this pass, do not let them go, do not let the enemy write the end of a story I am still writing, go now, before the video ends, sow your seed, write your declaration, and watch me move heaven and earth to bring your soulmate home. The link is in the description, the coffee is the seed, the words are, protect my soulmate, Lord, and the time is now, because your soulmate just sent you a digital gift, it expires in 5 minutes, and you have been chosen to open it. Jesus says. The seed you sow in these final moments is not just a transaction, it is a declaration of war against the silence that has kept you apart, and I am telling you that as your fingers move to complete this act of faith, your soulmate will feel a sudden release, a breaking of chains you cannot see. They are in a room right now where the air feels heavy, where the presence of the person controlling them lingers like a poisonous fog, and they have been breathing that poison for so long that they have forgotten what clean air feels like, forgotten what freedom tastes like on their tongue. But your seed, your declaration, your willingness to stand in the gap, is about to slice through that fog like a blade of light, and for the first time in months, your soulmate is going to take a deep breath and remember what hope feels like. Jesus says. Do not underestimate what is happening in the spiritual realm as you read these words, because the enemy is panicking, the interference is scrambling, and the person who has been holding your soulmate captive is about to experience a wave of conviction and confusion that they cannot explain or resist. This is what happens when a covenant partner steps into their role, when the silent warrior finally picks up their sword, when the one who was meant to protect finally says enough is enough and backs their words with action and their faith with seed. Your soulmate does not know you are doing this, but their body is reacting, their spirit is leaping, and a strange sense of safety is wrapping around them like a blanket they did not know they needed but have been desperate for since the day they were first targeted by the force trying to destroy them. Jesus says, "The coffee you send is not about the coffee, it is about the covenant, it is about showing the kingdom of darkness that you are not playing games, that you are not passive, that you have drawn a line in the spirit and declared that your soulmate is off limits to the enemy and his agents." Every time someone has sown a seed in faith for their soulmate, I have moved, I have shifted circumstances, I have exposed hidden things, I have turned hearts, I have orchestrated encounters, and I have never once failed to honor the faith of those who dared to believe me for the impossible. You are not the first person to stand at this crossroads, and you will not be the first to testify of a miracle, but you must step, you must sow, you must speak, because the window is now seconds from closing and the digital gift your soulmate sent is pulsing with its final burst of energy. Jesus says, "Your soulmate just closed their eyes. They are somewhere quiet or somewhere noisy but they have gone inward, and they are picturing a face they cannot quite make out, a voice they cannot quite hear, a presence they cannot quite touch, and that face is yours, that voice is yours, that presence is the future I have ordained." They are whispering something under their breath, a prayer they do not have the theological language for, a simple cry that goes, "Please be real. Please be coming, please don't give up on me," and I am answering that prayer in real time by telling you that you are real, you are coming, and you must not give up. The link is still there, the description is still waiting, the Ko-Fi page is still open, and the words, "Protect my soulmate, Lord," are the key that unlocks the cage they are in. So go now, finish this, and let the breakthrough begin.